Hi, I'm Carcina.
Oh, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
No one knows Carcino and none of these.
There's so much going on in the world, and I'm just giving my 2 cents on it. Go in and do a raid at someone's house, but you don't have an arrest warrant for them.
Whoa. Oh, man. So now we got Andrew Schultz, who's finally happy like a pig in slop to be able to respond back to the bar by Kendrick Lamar, saying about white comedians talking about black women. And for some reason, Andrew Schultz has a problem with it because he just speaks as savagely as he wants about black women constantly. He seems to have a fetish in doing so. So now he wanted to come out and address Kendrick Lamar after taking about 2 weeks to write the joke. Here he is, Adam Schultz. 2 weeks. Almost, what is it? About a week and a half? Yeah, about a week and a half to respond.
Kendrick Lamar on Flagrant in response to Kendrick claiming white comedians should not be allowed to talk about black women.
Listen, nobody has respected women more than rappers. So I completely understand how a rapper could look at a comedian telling a joke and be like, how dare y'all keep saying your wives are annoying? Be more like us and, bitches ain't nothing but hoes and tricks. I beat my with a stick.
Don't let no white comedian talk about no black
So
woman.
he's basically saying all white comedians talk about black
Exclusively.
Now I understand why he's doing a comedy with the South Park creators. He appreciates white comedians that make fun of black people.
There you go.
I mean, didn't they have a character called Token?
Yeah, they do. It's very important to him to protect black women. That's why he's never done a song with an abuser.
Thank
He's
God.
never threatened to remove his music from Spotify because
God.
they removed R. Kelly's music, who for sure held captive underage black women.
Kendrick's people and his security, they will kill me. But just Kendrick, I would make love to him. There's nothing he could do about it. The only thing that he could do is decide if it's consensual or not. I don't think he could stop most people on the planet from having sex with him.
Andrew Schultz obliterated Kendrick.
Now, here's the thing. And I want to be very clear when I say this. You're not funny. I'm quite sure you've said some jokes that was funny before, but everything you just said there was not funny. It was lame. First of all, you're probably underestimating Kendrick Lamar because of his size, but if you were in front of Kendrick Lamar, he would probably hurt you. Literally. I don't know why it's always these type of guys. It's always these types. It's never the ones that really mean something, It's always these guys. The kind of guys you're wondering like why they're there. Makes no sense for them to be there. It's like, why are you there? Why Adam Schultz? That was the last thing we was missing, It was a good old Adam Schultz joke. What Kendrick Lamar was saying is different. There are white comedians that have made jokes about black women, and they were funny or relevant and on point. But when you do it, it's not with the intention of being funny. It's almost malicious. And just really oozing out your inner bias towards black women. You feel like you have the platform and the green light to say whatever you want. That's what Kendrick Lamar is talking about. He's highlighting that. So if you want that attention, yeah, you're going to get it. And you're going to get looked at a little differently now. And to that little Indian guy that's sitting on the couch, who he ha ha ha. If you knew what Adam Schultz really think about you, and let's see how much you'd be laughing at. He probably would laugh. He's so stupid. But here's the thing about being a comedian, right? And being an internet personality. Okay. You gotta be funny to be considered a comedian. That's what I tell people. I'd be like, did you go up there and tell jokes? Yeah, were you funny? Well, I don't know. Well, you're not a comedian. Some of the stuff he says, you know, I don't know who writes it for him. I don't know if it's Joe Rogan is his writer or whatever, but some of the stuff is all right. But when it comes to race issues, I think he's been around people like Charlemagne, you know, who let him get away with saying derogatory and disguising his racism and letting him do it for so long that it was like, oh, it's okay to be disgusting. It's okay to be over the top. It's okay to be outrageous. He just means it he's good-hearted. But it don't seem to be the case. Oh, no. I mean, the only thing that's funny about him is the pedal stash he got. You know, I mean, once he grew that out, I guess if people would take him more serious, I mean, a serious creeper, that's about it. But other than that, you know, I don't think anybody else would take him quite serious. Well, it's like seeing double. Adam Schultz is going to own it, even though he never said his name. He didn't want to highlight this guy, but knew everybody would know who the people was talking about. And then find them and then listen to what he's saying and see that the jokes that he was talking about weren't even funny. See, that's the thing. If you're going to be a comedian, buddy, you have to be funny. There's nothing funny about what was said, even by the Indian guy who's trying to help you land your plane. You need people to help you with your setup of your jokes that took you over a week to write in a response. You're not a comedian. You're the joke. So I didn't really talk about it because there was nothing really to talk about. Well, you know how they say, when the rubber meets the road, then you get to see what time it is. You're going to see what it reads. I've never said anything to these people. Like, they have no real honesty about themselves. They move like degenerates. They all stay in groups. So, You want to try to maintain. Mm-hmm. Well, when you have people, yeah, when you have people that's constantly going against everything that you put in motion, everything that you say, critiquing every word that you're talking about. Well, when people start critiquing their words and going into a different situation, well, that's how people get caught in bad situations. But Adam Schultz feel like I'm protected by Joe Rogan and all these right-wing people. Joe Rogan, who's not a good comedian at all. But if he's going to tell these black jokes, he knows better. But he'll bring those people on his platform to blow him up because he knows they hang in those, they hang out with those basically closeted racist people that it oozes out of, like Dana White, Joe Rogan, and all the other clowns they hang around. So you can't trust them. So all Kendrick did was put it on a record so people would pay attention to it, since everybody is keen to pay attention to everything he says. Because, well, mostly the people that listen to him and listen to Kendrick, they do not even listen to Andrew Schultz. Yeah, well, it's a lot of there's a lot of problems. Yeah, well, this is what I talk about constantly. Those people who are good people and those who are not. Kendrick is about the culture. Andrew Schultz is a Drake guy. because Drake fits his total scripture of who he thinks a good guy is, a guy that just does the same repetitive BS over and over again. But he doesn't really care for them anyway. He used Charlemagne to get what he wanted. And now Charlemagne is like trying to get out of that Adam Schultz, joke situation and trying to hope he grows up instead of doing the Howard Stern route. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, I just got some information on something. But this is all it is, man. It's nothing to really pay attention to. It's not really that serious. The guy is a clown. And because he's a clown, he moves in such a way that it's easy to detect. So he's going to say he obliterated him. I'm nice and relaxed. So when I'm nice and relaxed, I can think better. Now, where were we? We were speaking on an irrelevant human being named Andrew Schultz. An unfunny person who couldn't even tell one decent joke. When he can't even give a reason as to tell us when anybody can get these jokes up in here. Where are the jokes? Where's the punchline? Is the punchline a guy laughing? So that means we're all supposed to laugh. You're talking about you're gonna have sex with Kendrick Lamar. That's the joke. So gay humor, assaulting someone sexually is that's funny. I don't understand. So, yeah, that's it, man. So I'm gonna get out of here and cover some real things on the Patreon. I definitely don't want to talk about no Andrew Schultz all damn day long. Somebody that means absolutely nothing in the real walk of things. All right. So I'm out. Thanking you.